We can start with a warm up and we'll start the standing postures. So let's warm up and I'll talk a little bit about the standing postures if you've never done them. To do the warm up, we're just going to lubricate the neck and the back and the legs. So the ear to the shoulder, chin to ceiling. And my name is Terry, by the way. Chin to chest. And we're going to rotate very gently. And let's do a couple of shoulder shrugs. We'll do the wrists, warm up the wrists. And let's do the spine. So a couple of twists to the right or your left. Some side bends, because we're going to be standing for a while. And then let's go forward. Bend your knees. And as you go down, relax. Feel the stretch in the upper back. Head still hangs. As you come up from the lower back, slowly. The last thing to come up is the head. And now we're going to stretch the calves by coming into a lunge. So you stretch the calf behind because we're going to be standing for a while. And we'll do the opposite. Hold on if you have to. And then we're going to do the hamstring. The easiest way to do it is to put your heel down, toes facing up. Breathe in and come down with a straight back as far as you can, reaching for the toe. Feel the stretch. And then let's do the opposite foot. And then we're going to rotate the ankle. You come up on your toe, toes on the ground, and just make circles. Now, we're going to just keep our feet facing forward and relax and just move the waist. The arms will follow. So the standing postures, or Zhan Zhuang, is a form of Qigong that is done in many martial arts, and it's done to build up the leg strength. It's done, and we're going to tap over here by the lungs a little bit. The backhand is going to tap where the kidneys are. So we're loosening up. We're going to go up the arm. We have 3 yang meridians down the inside of the arm to wake up all that energy. Qi is energy that flows. And come down. Tap a little on the face, the head, and let's tap on the legs. Going down the sides, all the way down, around the outside of the feet, up the inside. Down the side, up the inside. Now down the back of the legs, buttocks, and up the inside. And now we're going to shake a little. And then I'm going to ask you, and be careful if you have your bones are weak, don't come down hard. You're going to come up on the toes and come down on the heels. And just feel everything settling down. So we're going to start with the first standing posture, which is called a wuji. And wuji is empty. It's an empty form, and yet it's full. There's fullness in the emptiness. It's before you have yin and yang. So we're going to go back and forth on your feet a little. Feel where the center is. And then come more towards the ball of the foot. Bend your knees slightly and tuck your buttock in, or you're lifting your pelvis. So we're bending a little on the knees like we're going to sit on a chair, and we're going to tuck the pelvis. And with our back, we're not going to be like that with our shoulders back. We're going to relax the shoulders forward a little bit, which pushes the upper back out. At the same time, you have an egg under each armpit, and that helps with the lymphatic draining. So we're not holding like that. We're relaxed and loose. Our chin is back. Now, the reason we put the chin back, if you take your hand, put it behind your neck, and just stand regularly, you can feel that dip in the neck. Push your chin back, and it straightens. Your shoulders go round a little bit, and you'll feel the back rounding. And when you tuck, you don't have that curve. So by doing that, you're opening up and making available energy points that run down your back. So it's like taking a hose, and if you twist it a little coming up, the water's gonna have a hard time getting through. But if you have a straight path that's relaxed, the water will shoot up. That's what we're doing. And our tongue is on the roof of the mouth. Now, standing like that, bending the knees, like you're gonna sit in a chair, tucking your buttock under, chin back, arms relaxed and forward. Stand more on the front of the feet, but your heels are still barely touching. You're forming roots to the ground, and your head is being lifted up. So you're being lifted up, yang energy, yin energy. Being pulled up, and yet pressing down into the earth. Arms loose, fingers relaxed, and breathe. This is the Wuji stance. If you're standing correctly, you'll feel it in your thighs because you're engaging your thigh muscles. You're standing with your muscles. That creates more blood flow, and the chi will help to flow evenly through the body. What we focus on and keep in mind is our alignment, our body, and the intention and our breath. The breath is nice and slow and relaxed. This provides more energy, more circulation to the body. It calms the parasympathetic nervous system. It's a form of standing meditation that helps you in balance and when you're doing internal martial arts or you're doing Tai Chi, even if it's for health. So we're going to stand. I'm going to count only for 10 seconds. 10, 9, just breathe. Relax into any tension. Feel the energy in the legs, energy in the arms. 9, 8, stay with me. Relax the back and the shoulders. Relax into it. 7, 6, 5, 4, continue to breathe, slow down your breath, 3, 2, 1. Great. And shake it out. So that was the first standing posture, the very first one. Now, the next movement that we're going to do, it's another standing posture, is the pole form. And this is a little different because we're standing, but we're also moving. So if you're new to Zhan Zhuang, the standing postures, this will be a little easier as there's a little bit more movement. So we're going to take the same alignment we did before. We're going to stand more in the ball of the foot, heels slightly touching, buttocks tucked or pelvis lifted, knees bent like you're going to sit on a chair. Shoulders relaxed, a little rounded, not back, chin back, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Space between the arms and the armpit, but this time we have our hands facing down. So the palms face down, and that means a special point on the palm of the hand, the Langgang point, is facing the ground, earth energy. And by standing more in the ball of the foot, heel barely touching, we're engaging the bubbling spring or a kidney point, the bottom of the foot, drawing the energy down and up. So relax and breathe into this posture. Feel the energy. Now our intention is also part. Yi is a Chinese for intention, and it's with our yi that we control the breath and the movement of energy. So relax the body, still being pulled up by the top of your head and the feet pulling down to the earth. It's a relaxed posture, but a live posture with movement and activity going on internally. Relax the shoulders. We're going to hold this for 10 seconds. Feel the energy in the palm connecting to the earth. Feel as if your hands are actually resting on a pole. And Shaolin monks many times doing Kung Fu would stand on poles and they would go walk from pole to pole. Now, as you breathe in, imagine that pole coming up a little as you rise up. As you exhale, the pole is sinking back down into the earth and you sink back down a little. Your back is still straight, don't lean. Breathe in, feel the poles lifting you up. Your feet don't lock straight up, but they do come up. Exhale through the nose as you come down. Breathe in, come up. Exhale as you come back down. This time, only the pole in one hand is going to come up. This hand is coming up. Exhale. Feel that pole coming up with your breath and down with the breath. Opposite hand is staying on that stationary pole. Now alternate, have the opposite hand come up. Feel the pole come up. Exhale. You're not moving your hand. The pole is moving. And the breath, as you inflate, is bringing that pole up with the hand that's resting on it. Exhale and come down. Now both hands, both poles come up as you inhale and exhale. Stay for a count of 6. Your knees are still bent like you're sitting on a chair, buttocks tucked, chin back, tongue on roof of the mouth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. And shake it out. So if you're all doing good, we're going to continue. There are 2 more postures that we're going to do. Might be difficult if you haven't done these. You can always look at the video and practice. The next one is a very well-known, it's a famous one. It's called hugging the tree. So you're going to stand in the same posture, more on the ball of the foot, knees bent, buttock tuck, arms away, chin back, being lifted by the top, and your feet are connecting down. Now, I know you can't see my feet in the video, but that's exactly what I'm doing. I want to move in so you can see my hands more. Okay? Sitting on a chair, bum tucked, chin back. I'm more in the ball of the foot, activating that kidney point, which brings energy into the dantian. We store the energy, and the chi, the life energy, disperses it throughout the body. So now we're just going to raise our hands up, bend at the elbows, arms out, and we're going to relax. Palms are facing us. Fingertips are not touching, but they're facing each other. And there are a lot of different ways to do this. Right now, we're sort of the stomach with the heart. Sometimes people like to hold down by the dantian, which is the area by the belly button below. But we're going to have this by the heart, across from the chest. And keep the elbows down, not up like that. Relax the shoulders. We want to relax into any tension that we feel. We're going to hold this one for 10 seconds. Relax the knees. Relax the calves and the ankles. But keep your posture. Relax, but be alive and dynamic. Feel the energy inside. Feel the energy perhaps from the palms of the hands connecting to the heart. And the fingers becoming alive. And you might feel temperature changes as blockages disappear and the energy starts to move. Breathe in and relax. Imagine your arms are floating on a cloud. And as you breathe in now, breathe in through the stomach, feel your arms expand, your energy is expanding. That's what's holding it. And exhale and bring the energy down to the dantian. Breathe in, feel the energy expand in the arms. Exhale, bringing it down to the dantian. Now breathe in and feel the energy pulling you up from the heaven as you breathe in, inflating. Exhale, allow that energy course down through the legs into the ground. Breathe in and circulate it where you want it to go. And relax. Hold the posture. Now let the arms slowly come down. and shake it out. So that's a very famous posture of hugging a tree. So far, we're going to do one more posture. We've done, and hang in there, because these are postures that I want you to do on your own, whichever ones you remember. Set a timer. You'll feel the strength in your legs, which we need for balance, we need for walking, and we need to do movements. So the next posture is a little more difficult, so make sure you shake out what we've just done. The next one is standing on one leg. That's right, one leg. Now, if your balance is challenged, you're not going to be totally on the one leg, okay? So, it's called a cat stance. And what you're going to do is I want you to put your arms out in front of you. Okay? So this is from an internal martial arts. When we're going to do this, we use a snake hand. The fingers are together and the palm is straight. So it's not bent and it's not like that, and the fingers aren't open. Fingers are closed. The energy is going to come out through the fingers. So, holding a baby, the arm that's in front of the other arm, I'm going to come, and my feet are as I showed you before. I just want to show you the arms. I'm going to come around, palms facing the ground. I'm going to come around, my waist is turning, and then I'm going to go over the arm with the snake arm, and the lower arm drops a little down to the dantian. Okay? Still have space. I'm not locking my joint. It's relaxed and bent. Okay? So we're going to do that again. Holding the baby, and I'll do it facing you in a minute. Palms turn down. Turn the outside arm around. You're going to turn your waist a little. Bring it in and come over the opposite and bring that one down. Okay? So I'm going to show you what it looks like in front. And it's going to take us into a cat stance. So, relax. You're holding a baby. Now, when we're holding the baby, the palm is facing the back of the opposite hand. So you're not like that. You're actually like that. Okay? And they're not touching. So, and they're round. So round your arms. Okay? You ready? Outside arms, palms face down. Outside arm. Come around. Bring it in. And now bring it over the opposite arm, snake hand. Lower the opposite, this arm, the inside one a little towards the dantian. Shoulders relaxed. Back is open. Okay? We're going to do that again. You're holding. Palms down. Come around. Now come over. Good. Now we're going to do it in a cat stance. Palms down. Bring that outside arm around. Bring it in. Shift your weight over where the arm is by your hip. The other foot comes out. Okay? You're on your toes. This is an empty stance. I can go any way I want. So it's a cat stance. You're on your toe. So if your balance is challenged, you still have a connection point, and that's important. So relax. This leg is bent. All your weight is on this leg. Let's come out and shake it out. So empty stances are difficult and more challenging because all the weight is on one leg. So we're going to do the opposite leg, and we're just going to do the stance. If we're going to leave this part out, okay? But if I were to do this part, if you like it, you switch the arms, opposite arms in front, the one in front, palms face down, turn your waist as you swing this over, and now you're going to come, and now you're going to opposite leg comes out in a cat stand. So if that's all difficult, just go like that. So the leg that's out in front, it's the opposite arm that's in front. All your weight's on the back leg. Leg is bent. Keep your posture. It's not easy. Your toes still touching down, and then come out. Okay? And then come out. So that's a cat stance, and to make it easier, all you have to do, if you want, is just bring your foot forward. Hold your hands anyway, hold your hands down. Connect to those poles, they're not going to move. Bend the back leg. Remember your posture, chin back, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Put this leg back and do the opposite, cat stance. So it's called a cat stance because cats are very soft in how they move. And it's an empty stance because in martial arts, when you use an empty stance, you don't want to commit to being where you are. So according to what's happening around you, you can move to the side if you have to. You can go back if you have to. That leg is empty. It's not committed to a spot. But it builds a lot of strength in that leg. So to review the postures that we did today, we did the Wuji stance, which is standing, still. It's the empty stance, and yet it's full. Because although we relax, we're focusing our intention, our yi, on our breath and our body with the alignment. We're allowing more energy to come in, nourishing the organs, circulating the blood by using the leg muscles, standing on that kidney point. Emptying the mind is a standing meditation, relaxing and being calm. Just following the breath and paying attention to what happens internally. The next posture we did was the poles. So we just had our palms facing the ground this time, same standing posture. And eventually, after a while, as we breathed in, the poles came up. As we exhaled, they came down. So we didn't raise our, and it's very subtle, we did not raise our hands on purpose. They came up and down as the poles went up and down. And then we played with that energy and we did one pole at a time while the other one stayed stationary. And that's another level up. So we experimented going up on one side and down while the other stayed where it was. And then, like most things, we evened it up by doing both again 3 times. And the last posture, the next posture we did, the same standing, form on the kidney point, right? Pelvis lifted, chin back, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Relax the shoulders, open up the back. We did hugging the tree. And you'll see this all over the place. We had the fingertips facing each other, palms facing the chest in this one. Feeling that energy, that circulation as you stand in the posture, feeling the energy from up above, because we're being pulled up, going down into the feet, and feeling that energy going through the fingers, palms into the chest, and relaxing. So it's active in relaxation. And the last one was the cat stance, which is standing on one leg. And the opposite one, your toe is touching. So if you're challenged with balance, you still have a connection to the floor, which is that toe. And then we switch to the opposite. And that's the easiest way to do it. So I thank you for coming, and that ends the session. Thank you very much. I don't know what happened to the chat, but it didn't come through. I apologize for that. And please leave a comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.